What up? What up? Welcome to another edition of Jive Time Turkeys. It's actually our first edition of the summer. It's myself, A Prince 815, and we have.
Got old Lou here, Starlight Daniels. What's up, people?
So, of course, we gonna get into the. Is it after August? So the one topic that's gonna dominate everything. Good old Colin Kaepernick. Two jobs have come and gone. Both jobs that definitely should have looked at him. One more so than the other. I think Baltimore was a better fit. Um, just both like on the field. Like you don't know Joe Flacco's back. Like backs are tricky, and apparently Ryan Mallett is like dumpster fire trash. It's like I thought he could have been in there. And even if you want to look at off the field, like I don't think he would have been a distraction. As I feel like the people of the city would have welcomed him. Like they wouldn't have made it a distraction. So they wouldn't have put him in a situation because I think uniquely Baltimore understands exactly what he's talking about. And I think all citizens of Baltimore kind of mostly regardless of race, because I think about the Orioles and their whole team from like, I want to say the owner down to the players were like, yeah, this is crazy. Like we side with the people. So I think that's a bigger one than Miami because I don't think that would have been a fit. I think the complete opposite would have been the case in Miami.
Yeah, I think Baltimore would have been the perfect city. Just the city, like you were saying, just the diversity in the city. The organization is strong enough to withstand the. And a point was made today on another sports program. It's like people are threatening if he's trying to. I think that's highly unlikely. People are not going to boycott just because he's.
I mean, I think the people who will
Protest.
boycott probably, I think the people who will boycott probably weren't going to be strong watchers anyway. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, we have our discussions about our boycotts and protests, and it ain't an easy decision when like 20 plus years you've been doing football on Sundays and winters in the fall. Like it's just not a easy decision. I know for me personally, it's like I got to see what I would be doing with that time otherwise. And, you know, maybe it's me finding ways to not do it, but it's real. Like
Tough.
I, I don't know what I'd be doing. The only time I haven't really watched football is when I was in Chicago and our league played on Sundays. So like I wasn't watching it because I was playing it, but as soon as I got home, I'm back on football.
Yeah. People talking
So
about pulling season tickets, right? It's not the same issue, but just a thought came to mind. People were saying the same thing when Jackie Robinson was trying to break into baseball. The people that
mhm.
stopped watching baseball, and it's like, I mean, not to, you know what I'm saying, to compare the issues, but they're kind of the same. And honestly, at the end of the day, they have their similarities, and it's just like, well, you know, those
Even
people ain't going nowhere.
they sure did. I mean, even if you
And
want to
that
say,
was way much more deep rooted, the hate as far as, you know, the racial aspect. Because this, I don't even think this is a racial. I think this is more social on
mhm.
the, you know, say the initial levels. But yeah, it's just, I think it's just people blowing smoke and they're acquiescing to that smoke being blown, the owners. And we can't not,
Yeah,
you know, say turn a blind eye to he's being blackballed. There's a point blank period.
yes, like it's
That's
ridiculous.
yeah, that's a foregone
Like
conclusion. Clearly.
for me, the Jay Cutler thing, like, just kind of, makes everything else like you just can't hide it. Like Jay
Hmm.
Cutler was doing TV,
Yeah.
and like
They
he
begged
pretty
him to
much
come back.
said they begged him to come back, and then and to ensure that he came back, they said we're going to guarantee you the starting job.
Mm.
Like
And
what?
and that just goes to show you
There's the reason all these other teams let him go.
the levels of that. The locker room wants Matt Moore to be the starter,
Exactly.
and it's just like, you know, it's crazy. It makes no sense. I mean, it's just it's
But
right
then they go
out
talk
there in the
about no
open.
distractions.
It's a slap in the face. Clearly it's a slap in the face. And I mean,
It's
I
right there.
understand the Cuban community in Miami and all of that. I totally get it, but at the same time, it's kind of like I thought this was America, people. You know what I mean? I think this was the land of second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th chances. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like,
yep. Mm-hmm. It's not passing the smell test. It's looking funny in the light. So it's gonna be a ongoing.
Even Dan Levitard wasn't. I mean, when he first made the comments last year, Levitard wasn't. He was vehemently opposed to what he was saying. But even today, it's kind of like, come on, people. Like y'all talking Cal Orton and
right.
Who's this? Christian Ponder. You know what I mean?
Christian Ponder. Like really, Christian Ponder.
Tim Tebow was even discussed. Like,
right, like what? Seriously, like he's playing another sport. Like he's not even playing football anymore. He's totally playing another sport. And you talking about him as a solid replacement when like Kaepernick do like 16 touchdowns and 4 picks on a bad squad.
And like the stats just, I mean, the stats are so wide range. Like the pro, I mean, you know what I'm saying? That would go towards signing him, but it's just like you can see it's just plain as day. Like, so y'all don't want him to leave, and it's obviously a message to the other players. It's clearly a message to the other players.
It is. Right. It's definitely.
Let's stay in your place.
You got it if you want to. This was what happened to you.
All right.
It's like, all right, yeah. Whew, all right, man. It's just
that $40 million slave mentality. Yeah. You know, that's what it comes down to.
Yep.
Bill wrote it.
It is. Yeah, great book. I'm gonna have to go reread that again. That was
definitely need
that. That definitely was a good.
These are the times. Like, it's just been so many issues in the last year. Let's say just the last 5 years. I wish Ralph Wiley was still alive just for him to give his opinion on this stuff. Just.
I don't know if we'd be ready for the hot takes. Those hot takes would be.
Rest in peace, Wiley. Yeah, this is crazy, Wiley. Yeah, so I don't know.
Indeed. So transitioning into another sport, man. Baseball. The Dodgers look like they are like running away with it. Like they're 44-7 in their last 51 games.
Mm-hmm. First time it's been done since 1912. Yeah,
but I'm almost like I feel like they might need to slow it up a bit. Like history hasn't been too kind when you start peaking too early in the season.
Too early. Mm-hmm.
You come to the playoffs, all it takes is a hot pitcher and you out of there. So it's
we know Clayton Kershaw's struggles in the playoffs,
and he got a bad back too.
Like he's
there it is with these backs. Like
what Yu Darvish can do. I mean, that was a good pickup for Yu Darvish at the trade deadline, but you know.
Yeah, my only thing about with him is like when he goes bad, he gives up like runs in bunches. Like a bad outing for him is not like, oh, I gave up 10 hits, but I scattered them and only gave up 2 runs. It's like, no, I gave up 10 hits and 8 runs. Mm-hmm. Yep, and like 4 innings.
When it rains, it pours with him.
So I'm actually kind of liking that the Nationals are under the radar though, because their offense is smoking, but that pitching, at least they got the bullpen together.
Well, hopefully the bullpen, you know, the second half of the season, last third of the season, they put it together to show, get it together. But I like the moves that were made in the bullpen. Still could be some more moves to be made. You know, got some people coming back from off injury. I'm really looking. I think this would be the next year. I think they're gonna put it together this year. I like the Nets this year. Got a good.
So I need and somebody else on the pitching staff to be like top notch going into the playoffs, because I do feel the Dodgers are peaking too early, and like I always get weird about I feel like the Cubs last year were an exception, but only because like they won in 100 years, because like they went wire to wire. But like even they had a little hiccup where people like, oh, I don't know, here's where it might fall apart. But the Dodgers just 44-7, like that's like unbelievable when you kind of think about it in baseball. Like 44-7.
We need to look at the schedule, who they've been playing. They might just be beating up on the Diamondbacks and the Giants and who else is out there in their way?
Nah. They started with They started with the now. Don't get me wrong. They got some of them in there, but
Yeah, they had a good series with the
they started
Nationals.
with it. They took 2 or 3 from the Nationals. That's how this
Hmm.
whole thing got started.
Yeah. So
And then I
yeah.
think they swept the Cubs one time up in Chicago. I
Hmm.
remember that. So I mean they've been they've been doing all right, but yes, they
There's some
definitely
quality
been
teams on that record.
taking care of business. And over in the American League, I feel like we don't even talk about the Astros, and they're like running away with it, and I don't
Yeah,
really know why that is. Like,
that's a good question. Why nobody talking about the Nationals? You're right. Like, yeah, everybody's talking about the Yankees and the Red Sox and the Indians. Nobody's talking
yeah,
about the
the
Astros.
Astros is
But
just out here killing, and it's like, all right, they're out there. Got to the point where like even their pitcher is like, yo, we didn't make enough moves. It's like, I
yeah,
mean, maybe, but like you still like 15 games up, and I mean the people like the Yankees got better, but I don't know
hmm
if the Yankees got good enough to for the Indians or Astros to worry about. I feel like there's always going to be the Astros and the Indians. Once David Price start going off the rails for Boston, they kind of took themselves out. And I feel like
hmm
that it's still will be those 2 teams. And with the Indians, we know what they would do. Like they was in the World
World
Series,
Series. Yeah,
Game 7. They was actually up before the rain delay, weren't they?
yeah.
Yeah. So like there was a certain number of outs from actually winning the World Series. So like we know Kluber's gonna be an ace. We
hmm
know Andrew Miller, provided he isn't hurt, is gonna be dominant. We know
Yeah.
they're gonna find ways to get timely hitting. So it's like what you got Astros, but like I don't know if Sonny Gray will help the Yankees for this year. Next year maybe? No, next year. Because Aaron Judge,
Yeah,
I
probably
feel
gonna be.
he's he took that home run derby slump caught him. Like
He's the real deal.
he's a real deal, but like that slump caught him. He don't know how to
Yeah.
handle all star break gone. Like he's used to
hmm
having a little bit of rest.
Yeah,
So
that all star break. Well, yes, yeah, that home though, that tax you. Those off your time, man. Yeah,
hmm
so yeah, I want to say
that's
the
why.
Yankees get it back, but fuck the Yankees. I don't care about the Yankees. Yankees
Well,
suck.
I hope Bryce Harper don't really do it too much next year. Like he's talking about he'll do the home run derby. Kind of hope he doesn't. Like he
Hopefully,
could
it's
be
just
the
ceremonial.
ambassador. Yeah,
Yeah,
ceremonial. Come out there, swing at a couple pitches, and then take the rest of the night off, or just relax. Like, because
yeah.
yeah, we don't need that. You don't need that.
Especially
So
with his contract being up. Is our contract up the end of next year?
yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Like that's contract kid, because all we need is them to go on the slump, and then the Nationals bulk at paying them, and the Yankees like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, come on,
All right.
short right field
Yeah.
perch, come right on, and then
No
DC's
bullshit.
looking like, damn, we gotta watch him beat the Orioles up for the next 10 years.
Well, that wouldn't be so bad, but
I
I'm,
mean,
not, I'm so off the Orioles
it wouldn't
now.
be so bad, but it like, damn, we could be doing that too, though. He could be in our
See
uniform
what
being
I
up
got.
there.
Yeah, yeah. But they say Victor Robles, I mean, they say he's looking like the real deal come up next year. So the Bryce
when,
Harper replacement, quote unquote.
yeah, no, that's just what they're saying to prepare us if he actually goes. Because like,
Yeah,
why can't we have
but
them both?
hopefully, I mean,
why can't we have
yeah,
them
that's
both? Why you
hopefully they
gotta be a
cut the mustard and
replacement?
they keep them both.
Like,
Keep them both, then hell yeah. And
so
still have Scherzer, Strasburg, and whatever. And Gio's been looking good lately too. That's another thing.
yeah, that's who I want. Like,
Yeah,
I know he
so.
missed his last start because he got the young one. I think if
hmm
he's supposed to have a child either yesterday or today, so hopefully that don't he get his sleep back by the time playoffs come around.
Yeah, and they took a series
Cause yeah,
from the Cubs this weekend too. So yeah, that's always a good thing.
yeah, yeah, that grand slam was a
Heck
piece of
yeah,
timely hitting.
yeah, yeah. So
So
yeah,
all right. Next time though, I definitely want to think about NBA previews.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Get
two at a
some
time.
more of these the last of the last moves to be made when teams start to wait for this Carmelo to have a shooter drop. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's two shoes to drop. Carmelo's
Melo
the
and
one that might
Kyrie.
not
Yeah.
drop
Yeah.
because they were just talking about, but Kyrie has to go. Like he can't start
Yeah,
training
it'll be
camp there.
too.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
it'll be
too
too.
awkward. And like somebody said, it's like the Cavs are a team full of Bron's friends,
Mm-hmm.
and Kyrie is now the outsider.
Yeah.
So it's like he can't be there. He has to go. And I think the closer it gets to training camp, the less the Cavs are gonna be able to give for him. Which is why they should got a
I
real
know we spoke
GM.
about that Phoenix trade. That Phoenix trade, if that's still out there, I'll pull that trigger. Just like fuck it.
I mean,
I go with it.
if you got to get him out of there, you got to take that back. But
And
then
why
it's
I like Eric Bledsoe, because the defensive aspect that he brings. That's why I like them getting Bledsoe.
I mean, the only thing is it doesn't set them up for when Braun leaves next year. Like, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It kind of guts them again, and so it's like, okay. I mean, you can make that, but like
I'm gonna trade
Kyrie and Devin
LeBron. No,
Booker,
LeBron got a no trade clause.
you got no trade clause because in your haste to get him back, you gave him a no trade clause. So it's like,
Yeah.
man, he did. Braun did what he had to do, but like, man, Dan Gilbert, like you just getting screwed all the way over. Like
Got
you
your
had to
championship.
grovel to get
Enjoy
it
that
back.
championship. And enjoy these
Yeah,
last 3 years. You know, next year, this year too,
because
4 years. Enjoy that revenue, because after that,
it's over.
I hope you
It
kept
is
them receipts.
over. Yeah,
Man,
because he's up out of there.
because it's still gonna be a
Mm-hmm.
whole lot of Tristan Thompson still have to be still on the contract. JR still gonna be on the contract. Shump. They just re-up Cal Corver. So many people that's still gonna be on the
Just
contract.
gonna
So I'm
be
just
there.
saying,
That none of them fit together. That the only thing that ties them all together is LeBron.
is LeBron. Yeah.
So when he
And it's like,
goes and you gave him a no trade clause,
and still
like
not that far away from the cap, the salary cap, if both of them gone.
right.
And then you got to feel it. So is that you're still gonna be in the luxuries? Like,
Yeah,
man,
it's gonna be
Dan Gilbert need to go ahead and sell the team
that's what if that's Bron's ultimate plan and he got his homies
to
like
buy the team.
to buy the team
Mm.
back and like he got his homies getting the wealth and the money together and that's how he go always stay in
Yep.
Cleveland because he's definitely
Mm-hmm.
making them pay luxury tax after luxury tax after luxury tax and
Hell
that's
yeah.
whew, and I don't doubt he's definitely going to an LA team after after this year too like
Yeah.
too much stuff lining up. He's talking to
Or maybe San Antonio. I would never take San Antonio out of that. I would, because he respects Pop so much.
he
Him and
does,
Kawhi
and
together, oh, that'd be scary.
he would
That'd
never
be
bring
scary.
that the type of circus to Pop. That's why I think he won't do it. He
Yeah.
won't do it, like because he knows I come with a certain amount of like circus with me, and
Mm-hmm.
like LA is there
San
to embrace
Antonio.
that.
Yeah, that's really the only place that can handle it. In New York, but he wouldn't go to New York.
He ain't going to New York, like they too sorry.
Yeah.
Like LA has the perfect
But
mix
again,
of young and old.
if it wasn't going back to when we talking about Baltimore, if it's an organization that can handle it, the Spurs would be able to handle it.
Yeah,
I think so. You know.
yeah. I
You
mean,
know.
everybody's attracted to winning, so that's why the Spurs will definitely have a
Yeah.
chance. As long as players say they value winning, San Antonio will come up. I just wonder if Brown would ever get
Kawhi and
the.
LeBron. Kawhi and
I
LeBron
mean,
together looking at Golden State. That'll make Golden State sweat. That'll be like, hold on, wait a minute. This
that
ain't
would
right.
change.
Man,
That would just be
it
like,
had to be. You know what that would spur though? That realignment for the playoffs.
yep,
Top 16 teams. It would have to.
yep,
It automatically have
yep,
to. There's no doubt about it.
because there would be no way that anyone from the East would beat either one of them.
That's going
No
to
way.
have. I think that's coming. That's coming anyway. That's going to have to happen. Just with Houston and Golden State both being in the West, and San Antonio's still there.
It's going to take LeBron moving forward to fully happen. Like, as long as LeBron is in the East, they'll say somebody from the East has a chance because LeBron is playing over there. But once LeBron goes to the West, there's like, you can't convince yourself, barring injury, that anybody from any team from the East can beat any of the top teams from the West plus LeBron, whatever team LeBron is on. Like, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Right. Unless Boogie comes to DC and the Wizards somehow can keep everybody that they got, keep the core.
You know how they're gonna have to do that?
He said he slimmed down too.
Yeah, I heard that.
They're gonna have
they got to do contraction and take that money from some of them teams and raise the salary cap that way.
I guess.
That the contraction teams like some of y'all not making no money.
Yeah.
You know, I'm interested in seeing, and we'll talk about this more, but Philly. I want to see what Philly goes.
You was breaking up. I ain't hear you.
They had the first set of year teammates because Ben Simmons is like he get to be rookie of the year too. I said I'm interested in seeing Philadelphia, the Sixers.
Yeah. Yeah.
See how all those pieces mesh together.
And I like what Markel said when he first
came. Am I breaking up?
We're making the playoffs. No, I can hear you. I ain't got I lost video, but I still got audio. You can hear me?
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Was I breaking up?
Hey, your audio is clear, but I'm not getting any video from you. I got video now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No? All right. But yeah, I like Fultz. I like his moxie. You know, and he's a DMV guy. So you know,
right, well,
46ers in some respect, just to see the process, see if the process works. What was that?
All right, well, looks like Olu just dropped off the call. But thank you guys for joining and taking the time to watch. Until next time, for another Just Jive Time Turkeys. We'll check you later. Peace.